Hi, hope in a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going over the first reactions of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, telling you what the critics are saying for the first thoughts about the film. So yeah, this is super exciting. I had 5 different opinions to give you a really nice sample. Somebody really liked it, somebody didn't really like it, and so on. So I'll just try to give you an idea of what to expect from this film. So yeah, let's get into it. So the video is gonna work, or the format of the video is that I'm going to decide, like I just did. I put the tweet right here with the first reaction, and you can pause the video and read it yourself, or I'm gonna read it out loud and I kind of explain to you what it's trying to say. So let's get into it. So the first critic is Jake Hamilton, and that's what he had to say about the film. The moment Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse ended, I knew I'd experienced a cinematic moment I'd cherish forever. If Into is A New Hope, this is Empire, darker, more powerful, and better in every way. It's going to be a long wait until March 24. How does this movie exist? So this is really nice, really exciting. First of all, saying that they felt like they've experienced a cinematic experience that they will always love, they're always going to cherish. So that's really awesome. They said if the first one, to Spider-Verse, was New Hope, there's definitely the Empire Strikes Back of the franchise. It's more powerful, it's darker, and it's better according to him in every way. And of course, the second part of this is going to come out into March 24th, which is why he's saying it's going to be such a long wait, because apparently it looks like this movie's going to end on a cliffhanger. Really exciting stuff. I think that definitely means that the movie is good. The next critic is Brian Davis, and this is what he said. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is yet another resounding win for Lord Miller-produced universe. Hailey Stanfield really comes into her own as Gwen Stacy, and her scenes with Shao Wingman's Captain Stacy are truly special. It's darker and sadder than I expected, but necessary. Now this is amazing, super exciting, saying that this is definitely another win for Lord Miller's produced universe, and saying that Hailey Steinfeld's Gwen Stacy actually takes more front and center than the first film, saying that character really comes to their own, and saying that this is especially true with her dad, Captain Stacy, which apparently those scenes are really special. So that's really exciting. That's what I say, that it's darker than the first one and sadder as well. So yeah, that's really awesome stuff. Now the next reaction comes from Essay, who said, as much as I wanted to love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it fails to come close to where the original is for me, mainly due to the fact that it prioritizes fan service over a strong story. It truly feels like the first entry in a two-part story and gets predictable as it ends. Now that's not all he said. He continued by saying, it doesn't stand on its own story-wise, but it does set up what may be a great trilogy capper. Yes, the animation is beautiful, but there's a general lack of consistency when it comes to the rules of the worlds. More thoughts next week in my full review of the week media. So that is very interesting. First of all, there's a critic that did not like this film as much as the original, and saying that it kind of fell to me those expectations, saying because mostly it's more of a fan service film than the actual story of itself, saying that also the fact that it doesn't stand on itself but actually needs the next chapter of the series to come in to really finish this arc also doesn't make it stand on itself, which makes it worse. They do mention that the animation is great though, so the animation is definitely positive no matter what, but that's the problem they had with this film. The next one comes from Andrew J. Salazar, who said, Across the Spider-Verse is yet another milestone for animation. Yes, it's gorgeous and visually mind-blowing, but this sequel surpasses the first for always putting Miles and his family front and center. Spider-Gwen also rightfully steps deeper into the spotlight, owning the film. Now, Andrew J. Salazar also continued by saying, this feels like a massive celebration for Spider-Man fans everywhere, whether you love the movies, games, comics, etc. But again, all the cameras and multiversal elements come second to Miles and Gwen's story. For my money, this could be the best comic book movie of 2023. So that's really good. Really kind of contradicting the past reaction, saying that the past reaction said that it was all fan service. This one contradicts that by saying that all the fan service and all the cameras and all that type of stuff comes second. And that first of all, and they really tried to focus on this, they really capitalized on this, saying that first of all, Miles's and Gwen's story goes first. So that's pretty incredible. So for all that concerned that fan service is going to take away from that, according to this one, it's not. It's all going to be focused on the story, and fan service and everything comes after. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now we're on to the last critic and the last first reaction for this video, and that's going to be coming from Dorian Parks, who said, Across the Spider-Verse is without a question one of the best movies to come this year. The first film became one of my favorite movies of all time, and this one somehow managed to surpass it. The essence of the first one was there, but this one expands on the themes beautifully. Dorian Parks continued by saying, Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy have incredible character arcs throughout this film that make for enthralling hero journeys for both, and some of the best character development we've ever gotten in a comic book film. Then he continued by saying, this is easily one of the best animated films I've ever seen. The animation and direction felt like stepping straight inside the pages of a comic book. Truly a visual marvel. And lastly, he said, no surprise, but the soundtrack is fire. Not only did it elevate the story, but I left the theater wanting to download every song and blast it on repeat. I can't wait to experience the story in theaters again. So this is very, very positive. The one part had a really positive stuff to say about it. Let's start where he ended with the soundtrack. We know Metro Boomin is indeed making the soundtrack, and the album does come out this Friday, which is super exciting. So I'm very excited to see what he has to offer with this new soundtrack. Metro Boomin was really big last year with his album, especially with Creeping with The Weeknd. So let's see what he has to offer with this album. Hopefully it's really good, and hopefully they're diving a little more into Spanish. I hope they have a little bit more Spanish music in there. Hopefully. Now going on after that, they said that if the animation is beautiful, that it just feels like you're watching a comic book, move and whatnot. So that's really awesome. Kind of what you felt with the first one, but this one of course has a lot more animation styles. So super exciting. Then they mentioned Gwen's and Mouse's character arc, saying that they're both super amazing. That they are some of the best character development ever in a comic book film, and that they give some of the best hero journeys ever. So that's really awesome. Can't wait to see both of the character developments and just the character arcs. I think the fact that they're both front and center makes for some really amazing stuff. And lastly, he said that this was one of the best films this year, saying that the first one was one of his favorite films ever, and this one somehow managed to surpass it. So if you're like me that absolutely loves the first one, well, then they looks like when mice actually surpass it, which is super incredible and super insane that that's even a possibility. So yeah, those are the 5 different reactions that I have for you in this video. Tell me what you thought about them down in the comments. Does it make you more excited for the film? Do you know what to expect about it more? And what are you the most excited to see? As well as please leave a like and enjoy this video. It'll be very, very helpful. So please leave a like and subscribe for a lot more content, especially when this one comes out. I make so much content about it. So subscribe. Yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Journey Entertainment. Out.